Well, behind me is a rare opportunity. In fact, it's the first time I've known such damage to one of the ancients in summer. Seems like in the last couple of days when we've had some heavy rain, it's enough to have brought down the biggest part of the top of this old ancient here. It provides a rare opportunity to have a look for some invertebrates that were once in the canopy. Well, you can see the damage. This ancient was more or less topless, really, to be honest. It was hollow, completely hollow inside, although that hollow has been largely filled in with detritus and leaf litter over many years. And what's happened is that this strip of the side of the tree that you can see has come off. The only trouble with these old ancients, when they grow like this and they become almost just reliant on the bark to hold them in place, and as this top's grown on this particular section, I'll show you in a minute or two, it's eventually become too heavy. And then if you get a lot of rain, that amount of water on that top increases the weight and all likelihood of it splicing off in this fashion. As you can see, it's a sizable chunk that's come off this old ancient. What it's done is it's come down, it's brushed against another ancient at the side of it, and that's took some of the top branches or just snapped them off a bit more as the whole thing's come down. That's why the leaves are more withered where the top's been broken off. Lower down here though, the leaves aren't so withered, so I can safely say it's only been here 2 days probably at the most. What is evident, even at a quick cursory glance, there's one particular spider that is found on this tree in very large numbers. And here is that spider. The spider's a little thing that's running around on the leaf. What's so amazing about this spider is the size of its egg sac, of which it's moving towards now. That white thing is the egg sac of Paidiscura pallens, if I just hold the leaf before it blows. That spider is maybe only 2 mil in length, really, little more. But it's full grown. But it's the size of the egg sac, and it's a uniquely constructed egg sac. It's basically round with 3 or 4 points, usually towards the top of it. But as the spider settles on it now, you can see the size comparison. Why does such a small spider like Paidiscura pallens create such an elaborate and large egg sac? This is a common spider. You'll find it always on the underside of leaves, and if the spider isn't present in late summer, then the presence of these egg sac will give away that the spider has been there. It's very much a spider sort of early season through the summer, but the egg sac remains. There's nothing else produces an egg sac like it, and you can identify the spider to species by that egg sac. And looking on the tree we have here now, there are many examples of this tiny spider on the underside of the leaf, all with egg sacs. Now that the branch, or this tree, this section of tree, is on its side, these are all exposed to all weathers now, rather than being protected formerly as they were by being on the underside of the leaf. It's not unusual during the course of a year for parts of trees like this to come off here at Sherwood, but usually it's in autumn or during the winter. Far more common then for a big chunk of a tree like this to come off during the summer. Is incredibly rare. Say, I've not known it before, but I dare say it's happened innumerable times. This is one of the areas that was haloed a few years ago, and one of Dilys and Miss Hall's main concerns about the likes of haloing and thinning out the forest too much is that it makes these old trees prone to damage like this. It opens them up and opens them up to effects of the weather. When these things happen, and say they do happen with regularity during the colder months of the year, they do provide the opportunity for many species, many saproxylix species, to move in. It may well be worth me while finding this tree again tonight and having a look with torchlight to see what's been attracted in. But because this kind of damage, and lesser amounts of damage than this, is irregular in Sherwood, that's one reason why I can't see the point of this so-called veterinisation, which they're all sort of raving about here. There's more than enough deadwood habitat at Sherwood, and more is being created by large chunks of trees like this falling off, or trees completely falling over. There's plenty of it without resorting to veterinisation, which in all effect is the art of killing perfectly healthy trees. Well, with that section of that old ancient coming off, it's certainly opened it up more. Not much of it left, just one more sort of leading branch now on the opposite side of the trunk to what you can see here. It's even got a young Scots pine growing out the top of it. But it's no different really to all the ancients in Sherwood Forest. They're all hollow from top to bottom, called chimneys apparently. Or at least that's what they call them here. In effect, that's what they are. Mostly hollow, and if they aren't hollow now, it's because they've been filled up with decades of leaf litter and detritus. It's a shame when a chunk comes off like that, but part of the natural scheme of the life and death of an ancient oak.